just got tired of the same old job, tired of fighting that freeway. Bet you never thought I'd really go. Who needs you? I got Mexico. I'm eating right and I'm living good, doing everything I said I would. Should've left a long time ago. Who needs you? I got Mexico. Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're doing well today. Bringing you another easy song. Actually, this one will be really easy for you. This is just a song I like to throw in along with my lessons. You know, something that's easy for you to do because you've already played all the chords, and fun song to sing, and you'll have a lot of fun. And it's nice to have an easy lesson every now and then as well. So, but anyways, hey, just wanted to say thanks for all your support and for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel and all that good stuff. Really, really appreciate it. So let's dive right in with this song. So we're in the key of D. First off, we need to go back and have you think, okay, you're in the key of D. What are the three main chords in the key of D? Remember, that's something we always want to do. We always want to have the big picture. And again, you can do it using your fingers. I like to use this method. I mean, or else you just might even have it memorized. But if you start with your pinky, D, E, F, G, and A. So D, G, and A. That's your 1, your 4, and your 5. Okay. And normally the 5, as we said, is the 7th. Okay. D, E, F, G, and then A 7th. So you got D, G, and A 7th. So those are your three main chords. Always want to do that because that's going to tie in later on when we start learning relative minors and all the chords that are in a certain key. But that way, if you're playing with a buddy or you know, you're sitting in with somebody, first thing you're going to ask, what key are you in? Once you know the key, you're going to know your three main chords. You can actually fit in pretty well and improvise and hold your own and impress others. Okay. So here we go. So we're starting off with our D chord. I'm not going to spend much time on the chords because you should know them already, but just real quickly, you have your first finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret. Third finger is going to be on the 2nd string 3rd fret. Second finger is going to be on the 1st string 2nd fret. That's your D chord. So you're going to have a measure on your D, and then we do have a dive bomb to the E minor, which you know. Okay, that's going to be your 2nd finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the 4th string 2nd fret. And then here is the 5 chord, which is the 7th. And now remember how we connected this on Jamaica Farewell? Look how we're going to go back to D. You slide forward and make your D chord. Okay. But at this point you may be wondering, well, wait a minute. He said there's a D, a G, and an A 7th. Where is that E minor coming from? That's not one of the three chords. Okay, so that first, that opens up the next section, which is going to be relative minors, okay? So, and I'm just going to briefly cover this today. So we have three main chords. You have your G, D, G, and you have A7, okay? So of those three chords, each one of those three chords has a relative minor chord, okay? You can think of it this way. Say in your family, okay, let's say your dad's number 1, he's the head of the household, your mom is number 2, okay, and then let's say you got an older brother, that would be 3, okay, that's your family, okay. or maybe that would be you. You would be number 3, okay? So you got your dad number 1, your mom's number 2 in the family. You're number 3, okay? So that's your 3 main chords, okay? Your family. But let's say your dad, he has a brother that lives down the street, okay? He's a relative, and maybe he's a younger brother, okay? So he's a relative minor, okay? So your dad, you know, he's number 1. He's got a relative. So D chord has a relative minor, okay? And we're not going to go into that right now, okay? But we will talk about where the E minor comes from. So then your mom, okay, so say your dad's number 1, okay? Let's say your mom, okay, she's the 4 chord, okay? So maybe I should explain it that way. I really got this all confusing. So say your mom, she's the 4 chord, okay? She's part of the chord family. She has a sister who's a relative, obviously, and a minor. So your mom has a relative minor, okay? And let's say you're the A7 chord, okay, or the 5 chord. You have a cousin that lives down the street that's younger than you, that's a relative, that's a minor, okay? So we could say that your dad, number 1, he's D, he has a relative minor. That's a B minor, okay? So your mom, she's the 4 chord. She has a sister who's a relative. She's a minor. That's E minor, okay? And then the A7 has a minor, which would be you, of an F sharp minor, okay? So if that all just went completely over your head, just don't even worry about it. Just let that kind of incubate, as I say. Just remember that you have 3 main chords that you want to be thinking of right now, okay? And each of those 3 chords has a relative minor, okay? So E minor is a relative minor to G, okay? So that's where that E minor chord comes in, okay? And we'll do like a complete lesson on the relative minors in a little bit later. So the main thing is you just want to know why that chord fits into the song. So we're going to have a measure on D, measure on the E minor, measure on the A7, measure on the D. Then guess what? We start over. So now you have to play the D again. Same old job, tired of fighting that freeway mob. Bet you never thought I'd really go, never get as far as Mexico. I've even learned to speak the language, son, down on the beach drinking coke and rum. Wouldn't know me with this golden love. Who needs you? I got Mexico. Okay, so that's going to be the verse, and then the chorus going to be almost the same. Eating right and I'm living good, doing everything I said I would. Now we're going to go to a B minor. Well, wait a minute, where does that B minor come from? So it just wasn't pulled out of thin air, okay? So B minor is D, it's the 1 chord. It's the 1 chord's relative minor. Okay? So now we're going to do that. So now to play the B minor like this is a little bit, we haven't discovered bar chords yet. Okay? So I'm going to show you a simplified way to do a B minor real quick. Okay, so again, let's go back into the Wayback Machine and remember when you learned the A minor chord in Poor Wayfaring Stranger. See, that's part of the reason why we did Poor Wayfaring Stranger, so that we could kind of work up to this. So, and this is a cool thing. A minor, okay? If you take this, slide it up 2 frets. We're going to use that as our B minor, okay? Okay, now this probably isn't a perfect B minor. I like to use it, it sounds pretty. as one of my favorite guitar players, Danny Gatton, used to say, I don't know what it is, but it sure sounds good. Okay, so, but it's a B minor in some way, shape, or form. Okay, we'll just go with that. And when we get into more theory, we'll actually sit down and figure out what it is. Okay, but I'm not going to tell right now. I'm going to leave you in suspense. Okay, so here's the chorus. Being right and I'm living good, doing everything I said I would. Should have left a long time ago. Who needs you? I got Mexico. And then we're back into the verse. Well, actually, it does that little lead thing that I wish I did at the beginning. I'll show you how to do that. So let's see, how can we connect this? Now again, remember, you've got these little things you need to be thinking of. We want to connect the chords. Well, first we have, the three main chords in each key, okay? And then we want to learn how can we connect them, okay? This one is kind of a tough one. The third finger is already on the second string, third fret. That's where we want our first finger to go, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do that, okay? When I'm here, put my first finger there. Now these other two fingers should fall into place to make that A minor, okay? Now, look at this. Another little happy accident. Those two fingers are already in the shape of an E minor. You just move them up, slide back, voila, there's your E minor, A7. Slide forward, back into your D. Okay, so that's the whole song. Okay, so and again, a little disclaimer here: these songs are not meant to be perfect replicas of the recordings. Okay, these are mainly to get you to learn how to play guitar, strum, play the chords, learn how to do the chords, and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, I actually haven't listened to that song in years, so I don't even know what key the actual key is in, but. I can tell you as far as experience from playing in bands, again, when you play in a band, let's do, you remember that song, Mexico? Yeah, what key? And okay, let's do it, so everybody just kind of knows the basic chord structure, and, and I'm talking about just playing in local bands and bars and clubs like that, okay? I'm not talking like if you were, famous or something like that, okay? This is just for the average Joe out there playing on the patio, has a garage band or has a band and plays in the different clubs in town. Okay, this is kind of how it's done, and if you're going to actually play, yeah, I might go back and listen to the record and see what kind of cool stuff I could get off the recording, but, for the most part, you're going to play it that way because you might not ever play it again for another 6 months, okay? So, this is kind of how it's done, and makes it a lot of fun. Okay, so as an extra bonus, I'll show you that little intro that's on this that I did at the beginning of the video. It's just this little. It's actually pretty easy to play. What's happening here, if you happen to be more advanced, eventually I'm going to show you how to play this D-shaped chord. This is it's an A-shaped D chord, okay? But what you're doing here is we're taking that D shape and we're going to play it with our first finger instead. And you're on the 7th fret, so you're going to play you're going to bar your first finger over the G string and the B string. Well, actually, you're going to bar the D string as well. Okay, so you can almost think of it like how we learn how to play an A chord down here, but you're going to bar all those 3 strings. Now we're going to take that all the way up to the 7th fret. Now, I don't know if I guess maybe I ought to move back so you can see what I'm picking. I'm just picking these two strings. So I'm plucking the G and the B string, and then I'm playing and my first finger is already on the D string. Now this right here, your first finger is going to be on the 10th fret, second string. Okay, second finger is going to be on the 11th fret, third string, and we're just going to slide that down a fret. You're here. And where this is coming from, this is a D chord all the way up here. Okay, and these are just two notes out of the D chord. So it's just another D chord. And I just throw this little thing in there. Okay, so this is just that same little shape that we were doing up here. First finger is going to be on the 5th fret, second string. Second finger is going to be on the 6th fret, third string. Slide down 2 frets. Oh, did I do that right? Yeah, I was supposed to go to the D chord there. So, and then that just gets you into the song. So, and I did that at the beginning because I wanted to show it to you. You know, normally if I'm just playing by myself, I'm not going to do that. But if you have 2 guitar players, then that really sounds good, and you can throw that in between each verse. I think there's like a verse and a chorus, and then it has that little guitar lick in there. Okay, and so. And I'll have the chord sheet and a backing track on that too. And again, these songs are fun to play lead to as well. Okay, as I mentioned in the previous lesson, you know, we're going to learn the pentatonic scale. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to introduce that, but once we get that, this would be a major pentatonic scale. And these little simple songs are a blast to play the pentatonic scales on. Okay. You know, regardless of whether, it has 3 chords, it's such a simple song. You know, this kind of falls into the category, a fun song to play. And these are great to have, you know, because you can do them, you know, if, you know, especially like, if you play in a band or, you know, if you reach that point, you know, after you've been playing 4 hours, you know, you're tired, you're ready to go home. And, it's nice to have like an easy song to play, you know, and then you're ready to pack up your gear and go home. So anyways, thanks again. I really appreciate your support and for putting up with my videos and me learning how to do this. But hey, you got to start somewhere. As one of my students said earlier today, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. But, well, I'm doing it anyway. So anyways, folks, thanks a bunch. Have a great day, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.